welcome to my next chapter, which is about various modules in digital marketing. So, as we have learned in the previous chapters, where I was trying to make you understand that how you are converting your business objective to digital objectives and shown the process or the cycle of how do we deal inside the digital objectives. Now, this is basically exploring that inside the digital marketing initiatives, what are the different pillars that exist and what are the pillars we need to understand, and how do we little bit of in depth of each pillar of how do we go, and how do we understand the ecosystem of the digital marketing landscape. So these are the important pillars of digital marketing, which starts with content marketing. Content marketing will never get old, and content is king for me because content has been there right from the beginning. The digital marketing has been evolved. We all know that we all started with search ads on Google, and then it got evolved into display ads, video ads, uh, remarketing ads, and so on, right? So content is something which can resolve for a product, service, and broadly a lot of things, right? Other important pillars are search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, web analytics, and newly added, which is called e-commerce marketing. I believe if you need to touch upon on all these aspects, because whenever you will be planning a consumer journey, the consumer will be flowing through all these elements, eventually converting into a sale through online or offline. So this is my website. My website can be of two types. Either it can be from an educational perspective, or it can be through an entertainment perspective. My website is completely through an educational perspective, where I'm floating a lot of content pieces about digital marketing and making people aware of how digital marketing works, and what are the important pieces inside digital marketing that needs to be looked into. So this is my content, and I believe that content is helping me flow the audience or the consumer journey from uh, understanding some of the pieces and then getting a resolve through the product or service I'm offering, either for free or at a cost. So this is my website. So from which are the places where people are coming onto this website? What are the avenues through which the traffic is flowing inside the website? One is through Google. So if you go to Google and type in a keyword, for example, I have typed in digital marketing course, you will see that the first three elements that are arriving are Google paid ads. This comes in paid media, where you pay a certain amount for bidding for a keyword, and whenever a person searches for that set of keyword, you can see an ad over here. After the third search, you will see the fourth one is basically an organic listing. This is called the SEO piece of it, where we develop a lot of content pieces with a certain set of keyword, and it gets organically listed for free. This is for a shorter duration, and as soon as your budget exhausts, the link will disappear. This is for a longer duration. Even achieving the first position generally takes a time period of 6 to 9 months, and once achieved, it remains at the top for a certain period of time till you keep on optimizing it. So this is paid media and SEO for you. uh, Taking you to other source of traffic, which is um, social media. So I'm just showing you Facebook, but there are other elements like Instagram, Twitter, also through which the audience will be flowing in. So I'm offering one of a freebie which I have highlighted here, and through my different posts which I am posting here, people can get redirected to my website, and eventually the traffic on the website will increase. The other medium through which, once the people are coming to the website, they are subscribing to it, and then there is an email journey that starts for them. So currently I have these many audience onto my website, and I've created a journey for them through which I keep on sending them new articles and videos, whatever is being produced, and keep on sharing with them on a regular basis, so that there is a continuous engagement that keeps on happening with these set of audience, irrespective they visit again or they do not visit. There is a brand recall that happens through email marketing. There is a engagement that happens through email marketing. There is a constant touch that we remain, and there's a loyalty and trust that builds up over a period of time through email marketing piece. All these things can be seen through what is through web analytics. So this is my Google Analytics dashboard, which basically broadly shows where is the traffic coming from, which are the days you got the maximum traffic, how many are the active users, how many are repeat users, which time of the day are they most active, which parts of the world are they coming from, on which platform are they active, on which device are they active the most, and which are those set of blogs that are receiving the maximum number of articles. This can give you some insight as to which articles are working, and maybe you can write on the similar kind of pieces again to lure the traffic more, right? Once done, uh, coming back to the website, I think I've covered all. Apart from e-commerce marketing, I think e-commerce marketing is a new piece and is in an evolving stage right now, and I will soon be covering a lot of pieces inside e-commerce marketing as well. So these are the main pillars, and I believe that whenever um, you miss any of the pillars, you somewhere miss on optimizing the traffic for the particular product or service which you plan to offer. All these pieces cannot work in silos and they have to be integrated. I call this piece as integrated digital marketing. And about integrated digital marketing, there is always an overlap in some of the components of digital marketing. Apart from the main pillars that I've highlighted, there are other modules also that I'll be touching upon inside digital marketing. In the funnel, at a given point of time, at in all the stages, the audience will be flowing. What do I mean by this? What I mean that at any given point of time, suppose this is your top part of the funnel, so people visiting the website, uh, opening the emails, banner CTR, engaging on social media or paid media traffic, through whichever touch points people are coming and getting aware about your product, fall under the top piece of this uh, funnel. The middle piece, where people start engaging with your content for more than 30 seconds, subscribe to your website, like your page, comment or engage on social media, they watched a video which is more than 30 seconds, they clicked on a link which is inside email, they took a demo. All these things fall for the middle of the funnel, which is for the concentration set, and for the bottom of the funnel, which is eventually churning out to be sales, repeat purchase, or maybe an add to cart also can be considered as a conversion. So what I'm trying to bring as a point here is, at a given point of time, I might be at this stage, you might be at this stage, and there will be more audience flowing at this stage, right? So at any given point of time, all the three stages will be activated, and hence you can't work in silos, that you can do email marketing at this and you will stop here and you will then focus here. It will not happen. The focus has to be holistic and it has to be looked at from a holistic lens. So let's dive deep into the integrated digital marketing piece. How does this work? I have put quality content and communication as a central piece, as what I've seen that content is the main king, and the communication is the main king, which drives uh, the traffic and eventually gives you some sales for your product or service. So how does this work? Suppose you write a content uh, on a smartwatch, and as soon as you list it for that particular keyword, best smartwatches in Hyderabad, it starts getting uh, listing happens on the search engine, which is Google, and the traffic starts flowing for that keyword inside the content piece. Similar, so this is first piece of the traffic. At a given point of time, you also paste your content on the social media pages. As soon as you paste it, you start getting traffic through social media. You do some paid ads on Google social programmatic, through which also you start getting traffic. So I've given you three sources. Also, people who start subscribing, there is an email list that gets created. As soon as you write new content pieces, you start flowing it to them, they also start reading it, hence you get more quality traffic in this space. Once the traffic is coming from all the direction, then inside these traffic, the content which you are writing, eventually you are pushing them to do a sales with you, or selling a product or a service. That can happen through content, also via email list that can be triggered, but at any given point of time, all the activity will be running simultaneously. It can't work in silos, that you only work on search engine and social media is inactive, this is inactive. This all has to be activated at the same given point of time. So just an overview for quality content in communication, that is that content should be resolving the issue. That means you can't write a content about selling the product. For example, if I have just created a smartwatch, I will not create a content that buy my smartwatch, these are the features and this is what I'm selling. That can be one of the landing page or product page attributes, but what you will be resolving, not able to track how much calories you burnt, there's a new way to do it. So this can be your title for the content, and then once you start answering the query, eventually you're writing about the smartwatch, that this is the best in the market with the best rates, with a very good review and rating, and maybe you should go ahead with this product, right? So you are actually triggering them from a problem statement to pushing them to a solution piece and eventually resolving it. Content should be always be educational. If you are writing humorous content or entertainment content, I don't see you eventually selling a product or service through that. It will be in a different bucket altogether, which I am not touching right now. Content should link the problem with the solution, which I just spoke about. The communication piece is basically, I've seen a lot of brands which are not writing too much content but are very heavy on social media and paid media. They broadly write about the product. I just want to highlight that yes, you can write about the product, but it should be a mix of educational tips and tricks about your product. It should be resolving for the position which you are trying to create. It should ingrain very deeply the message and tonality that you have developed through your ads and TVC which you might have circulated, and all those things should be amplified on social media and through content and through influencers, and a lot of pieces as a support system to the central piece of your messaging should be taken care of. Once that is done, I think this integrated digital marketing will definitely give you good results as we move forward. There, as I told you, there are other modules also in digital marketing which needs to be covered. I'll just touch upon each pieces here. DSP is the new form of digital marketing that has evolved. DSP is basically where, suppose on a given platform, for example Amazon, you have bought a razor, right? You can be targeted outside Amazon also for other add-ons or a razor or the products, because they have captured your data and uh, they're targeting it through outside the platform. So you spending time on the platform might be less, but you spending time on internet may be high. You might be browsing through news, sports, YouTube or any other piece. They can get in touch with you. They can have a touch point at that place also, and can bring you right back to your add to cart space or to the product page where you left it. So DSP is really picking up. It's there for Amazon, it's there for 1mg, it's there for Flipkart, it's there for Practo. There are a lot of websites which are now activating their DSP module as such. Pragmatic piece is have picked up really well, and Pragmatic is more targeted, more reasonable, more price sensitive, and can give you better results. Definitely more eyeballs, and CTR is generally very good. So very good for awareness, very good for creating the brand equity for a brand. I think Pragmatic really works well there. Influencer marketing has really picked up. There are a lot of guidelines also that has been floated in. There are a lot of agencies who handle the list of influencers that are there in the market. How it generally works is that these influencers generally have a good following for a particular category. For example, it can be a skin category, it can be computers, it can be digital, it can be any category. In that category, the number of people who are following them, I personally follow the engagement rate which they are bringing, and can use that influencer to promote my product or service for a price. And what I've seen that yes, there is a huge organic rise in the followership of the product or the service as we uh, collaborate with an influencer. Then there is a sales funnel which I just showed you of how it is. It can Sales funnel is broadly where I trickle it down to the last piece and make sure the consumer journey is being taken care of here. Then there is WhatsApp marketing and affiliate marketing that also take place. WhatsApp marketing is new in the market, and maybe you'll get to learn more about it as we move forward. Affiliate marketing is basically if you're really good at writing content, you can choose 1 to 2 products which are really working, products or services which are really working well and offering really good commission. You can write content on their behalf and do sales and get commissioned for that. That is affiliation marketing, and it is really picking up as we move forward. Paid advertising methods. So there are various paid advertising methods, of which I think I've tried to list the maximum that are here, which is Google ads, Facebook ads, other social media channel ads are like Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. Programmatic is a new form of marketing. You then there are sponsored and native ads where suppose you are viewing a particular type of content. Inside the content you can see ad spaces that are there being utilized. Those are native ads. You will start seeing similar lengths of content, and with the content consumption they can track to what kind of products you would be liking and then show it to you. Then definitely there will be display ads, video ads, and OTT platforms. These are some of the paid advertising methods that are there that can be utilized. So a lot of people ask that how do we start or where do we start learning digital marketing. So digital marketing is, first of all, looks complicated, is not at all complicated. If you are into marketing, you will eventually understand that digital as a leg has really, first of all, digital is just an extension of the marketing and the branding communication that has been created, and if well utilized you can really get good amount of returns from this. Everything will fall in place as soon as you start. So a lot of people complain that they have read it, they have done it, but they have not been able to implement it, because what happens that whenever the time of implementation comes, you are either dealing with one piece, which is either a social media piece or the SEO piece inside your company or the job where you are doing. My personal suggestion is that go ahead, uh, start your website, create a website, very easy, no technical knowledge required. And in my future lessons you will see that I have covered a step by step process of how to go about in terms of creating the website, to analytics, to using social media, and so on, right? If you are just starting, think of a product or service you want to write about, create the website, get traffic, start the marketing. As soon as you start marketing, your knowledge, implementation for whatever you learn will go to a very great extent. There is no perfect way to win. You can't think that this ad will work, that ad will work. What you can do is keep on doing A/B testing to identify what is working for you, what is not. And you can start with as low as 500 rupees. I don't think there is a challenge in investing this small amount, and not too much of a challenge. So what are the next steps that you need to do? You need to buy a domain, will come in somewhere around 1000 rupees for a year. Buy a hosting, will come in somewhere around 2000 to 3000. Installing WordPress is free, and you can get started. So these are the next steps. I hope you will follow the next chapters and lessons and initiate at least creation of the website.
So thank you so much. See you in the next course.